Hello, welcome back to the Coming Dawn. Today I've got 3 people, it looks like, on video with me, although I could be wrong about one of them. He's just frozen. Cool. So, at the end of last session, we had a to be continued. Like so many Star Wars shows do, the crew of Aurora was headed up a turbolift going into a hangar bay that they found in the side of a cliff, which was connected to a tunnel in the caves below their new base. So, we are starting as they come up the turbolift. Is there anything y'all would like to do before you get to the top? Yes, that door was locked. I believe, if I remember correctly, the last thing that you guys had said was that we were just going to go up to the top, because there's basically not going to be anything for you to do in the shaft yet. Oh my god, my cats are losing their minds. Is there anything, like, on the way up that you would like to have done? I believe, if I remember correctly, you were on your way back with Aurora. You had flown the shuttle away, and yeah, you were... What? Oh, okay. I didn't even hear what you said. Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah, that's what I remember. Okay, so he was leaving with the shuttle because, as I recall, he was going back to get the ship. So for the folks that are actually headed up, so that's going to be Ju Jana, Ju Jana, Onus, Oro, no, not Oro, and oh right, that's true. That's true. So is there anything that you guys would like to do before you get to the top? I'll give you one. And Shavik, yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you guys get to the top. You have this empty hangar bay. Let's have everybody give me a quick... Let's see, what's going to be the right thing for this? Let's have everybody give me a quick perception. It's going to be difficulty 2, standard. Yes. Yeah, you made that roll way harder on yourself the first time. And it ended up not better the second time, ironically. Okay. Okay. 2 black, not purple. KK. Black is KK, yeah. Cool. I mean, almost the same, but you're better at seeing things. Okay. So, for Onus, you spot a couple of places in this hangar that look like they would probably be good sniping locations or things for you to hide behind, that kind of stuff. But one of them, like the best one, is on the other side of the hangar. For where else do we have? Ju Jana, if there are things that you would like to find with your advantages, I'm cool with that. Same thing with Shavik and Oro. Oro, you do spot something towards the mouth of the hangar. It looks like it might be a light repeating blaster propped up on a tripod. Let's see, who else did I miss? With your success, you see towards the mouth of the cave entrance of the hangar a light repeating blaster on a tripod, like the kind of thing that you would stand behind in like a turret. So it is currently pointed out. Correct. Yeah, you guys are. What are you doing? In this case, it's not a turret. It's when I say a turret, what I mean is like the kind of turret that you stand behind. Right. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely, definitely. There is a large computer towards the back of the room. You guys do also again see this piece of machinery that's clearly making or processing something, and there's two droids over there sort of manning this machine. So there is a computer. There is like a data port there, and it looks like it's probably mostly oriented towards cargo manifests and stuff like that, but it is connected to the central system. I think we've lost our Aura. Okay. Okay, so yes. Sure, there's a shoulder sling on it. It's got like a huge encumbrance, so I'm not sure what. I think the encumbrance is like 7. Let's see. And it also has cumbersome of 4. Okay. I mean, you don't actually know what's being produced by the machine. Yeah, so you guys go over there, and the droids sort of stop. And they turn and look at you. They don't say anything, but they're watching. You are not... Are you new? What is the code? The other droid turns to the machine, taps some buttons, and it shuts down. Oro, a signal is now being transmitted out of this hangar. It is not currently something that could be shut down. You're far enough away at this point that you wouldn't actually be able to sense it. Like, it's not coming through the computer system. Yeah. It is, Oro, it's a reasonable assumption that the droids have a communication suite in them. At least one of them does. Mm-hmm. Okay. It is sending computer language. It is not binary. I would say that the quickest thing for you to do would be to try and figure out where it's going, because a droid would have to be a specially built communications droid for it to transmit anywhere that isn't close. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing you would know how to do. I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult with all of your scanning equipment. Okay. So, as you're sort of trying to track down where this signal is going and how it matters, it's going to a ship that seems like it's coming into orbit, and when you realize that it's going somewhere relatively close, you're able to scan for that, and you get a reading of a ship whose transponder is not sending any ship codes, like not sending any ship information. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. That is definitely a reasonable assumption. As you watch the signal, it does appear that they're coming towards you. They are speeding up. So you're basically going to have about 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. No, it was just this one light repeating blaster on a tripod. That's yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, not right next to it, but within say like 5 steps, there's a crate that you could hide behind, like a tall crate, and you're relatively small. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll say it's like a move action away. go ahead and give me a computer's roll. This one's going to be difficulty 3 because you don't have like an access card. Yes. It appears like there are probably doors, like blast doors on the entrance. If someone has an ion blaster, they could basically shut the droids down. So you definitely are able to get in. You're able to connect through the sort of networking tunnel back to the main computer. Michael, all of a sudden you're seeing this computer system pop up. It seems to be that it's a separate system. It is a separate computer system, Michael, but it is, so like it's its own system, but it is communicating back to the building. Yeah, it looks like Oro got you full access there. Yep. So there is a security subsystem. There is a you definitely see like door control, turbolift control, like those are all in one subsystem. It appears that there are blast doors, and there's also a sort of like force field shield like they would have on a starfighter. I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah. Right. Right. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. There are cameras on the outside. There are two what look like defense blasters, but they're broken. And there are camera systems inside. As you're looking at that, you also see that there is another subsystem that's connected to a thing called processor. That doesn't really make a heck of a lot of sense to you, but it's some kind of computer system that is connected to a machine. No, this when you're looking through security, you find this other, like, that's basically the third major system connected to it. Absolutely. This quickly, not really. Okay, so at this point, a ship comes down and basically stops right in the entrance to the bay. Right. So it's just sitting there at the moment. Actually, that's valid. You were actually playing with the computer, not in cover. You're probably about 3 turns away. Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah. Okay. So, let's go ahead and do some initiative. If you roll it, let me know and I can add you to like the initiative slot so that I can keep track. Damn it. You would ask that, wouldn't you? Give me one sec. For some reason, my head is still telling me, Avre, which we use for D&D. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna do is that for a PC? Yeah. So you're gonna do .I space R space PC, and then in this case, you guys know that it's coming, so you're gonna use cool. Cool is a skill. So .I space R space PC space cool. I think so. I would say yes. Of course, it's not telling me who you are. That's annoying. The first one you did should have worked, Vance. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's not telling me who is which. That's so annoying. Right. Right, exactly. Okay, so you guys are going to get the jump. So you'll go first. At the moment, the ship is just sitting outside the hangar. Okay. It's valid. Even though stormtroopers try it all the time. Is anybody gonna... You have what, sorry? Is anybody in the first round going to do anything other than just like wait to see what they do? So, I mean, you guys are just flying back. You haven't been told in any way that there is a ship sitting there. I mean, you're 25 clicks away, so that's fair. Okay. Who was... Nope. It is just hanging out there. It appears to you that they are about to move towards the ship. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose there's any intercom system.
Yeah.
I could just always have you talk to him, boss.
That would imply that we are inside their system. I'd rather have them figure that out more slowly. I'll wave them in, welcoming to the hangar.
Okay.
I agree with the Gungan.
I'm gonna stay behind cover and pretend I don't exist until they need me.
Please do.
Hey, your friend's funeral.
Okay. So... Oh, come on, fuck you. So, who is 1OT? Okay. Anybody?
I think that's Riz.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I think you were right. Yeah.
Okay. 04?
Yeah, well,
That's me.
that's
Unless Riz, unless you're going to do anything other than fly towards the hangar.
well, the T is actually representing an advantage in this case, or a
It's a triumph, yes.
sorry, a triumph.
But it's not going to let you get there immediately.
Okay.
In fact, I'm not sure that they actually do. I'm not sure that triumphs actually do in initiative anything like important. I think it's just a tiebreaker. I'm gonna double check.
Then, yeah.
So I've left my blaster rifle where it's hidden, and my holdout blaster that has the stun setting is tucked in my back, so that they can't see it. I'm just happy, unarmed, stupid Gungan.
Okay, actually, hang on. Before I fully complete that, let me see. Is there an action that I can take?
So you're gonna have to hold and come back to that. I'm definitely not about like 60-second turns. So.
Hey, Bree.
Yes.
Since they're approaching, can I see the ship?
Yes, you can see it on the cameras.
Is there any chance I can use Underworld to get us more information?
Sure. You've made contacts with the folks around here.
Oh, I was just going to use knowledge, but okay.
Well, no, I mean, that's what Knowledge Underworld would represent in this case, because knowing, like, one individual smuggling ship in the whole galaxy is not necessarily going to be the same.
True, though they might have an insignia or something.
It's true. Yeah, no, I mean, go ahead and roll.
Okay, what did I do?
So is it me or not? I've been kind of confused.
It doesn't seem to like it when you capitalize things.
Also put parentheses around it.
Oh, yeah.
preferably.
You have to put
Thank
parentheses
you.
in
I'm having to learn multiple rolling systems.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Any difficulty before we do this?
We'll go with difficulty 2. Assume everything is difficulty 2 unless I say otherwise. That's like the standard difficulty.
Okay, that's 2 Ps, right?
Correct. No, 2 Ks. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure what you can do with advantages on a knowledge roll. Let's see. This is that moment when everybody just starting to learn it is...
Well, let me worry about that. You worry about...
Okay. Okay, so... Shit, are you? Okay. Yes. Okay. That's not right. That is right. Yes. Okay. So next is O.1.
Shavik.
Okay.
I was 0.4.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said that you were moving into cover. I apologize.
No. I've been waiting. There's lots of people started talking, so I didn't know what was going on. Oh no, I'm gonna keep. So there's people coming from the ship coming into the thing, right?
There's no people now.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna keep playing with the computer. Looking for the codes the droid mentioned.
Okay. I'm gonna say it's gonna take you 2 turns to actually make any progress.
Okay. Do you want me to roll now or later or not at all?
Roll
or
on the second turn.
Got it. I'm done then.
Okay. So both of the droids are going to move about a third of the way across the hangar towards the ship. The ship is going to pull about halfway into the hangar, so it's basically dead in the middle of the entrance. And what was the word that you used earlier? Not loudspeaker, but like a PA, whatever.
Intercom?
Intercom.
Yes, an intercom like PA thing is going to say, "What are you doing in our hangar? You know, we've been here for years. We've earned this place."
Yes, and I was invited to come help.
Hey, Bree, as a point of note, my
Yeah.
character on initiative, I'm assuming these guys went before me?
Yes,
Okay,
at least these 3, and then you're up.
that's cool.
So you're up now, Vance.
I'm going to stay behind the big boxes that are cover with the light repeating rifle, slung out and
Yep.
waiting to kick over a box and shoot people if it has to happen.
Okay. So in that case, we're going to be at the top of the round.
Holding my action except to talk, I guess,
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
say, Misa was given code, but Misa forgot code. Misa come to help with production.
Okay. So I'll let you like soliloquy without losing your action. You can hold it till later if you need to. 1-1-T. I think that was bonus. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was just gonna continue holding my action and pretend like I don't exist.
Okay. I feel like, Gio, I feel like you can put your name in there. I just don't remember how.
Oh, well, still, I really like it.
Okay, and now, Riz, are you going to be doing anything other than flying there? You will get there next turn.
Next turn. Okay, that's fast enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Fine.
So, back to Oro.
What is the difficulty?
It is going to be difficulty 4 to try and find that specific information.
This isn't considered a research check, I presume?
At the moment, no. If you had more time, it might be, but at the moment, it's not. Damn. Holy shit.
Dude, that's amazing.
Holy fuck sauce.
So what do advantages and triumphs do? Those are good, right?
Yes. So in the book, where computers is, it has like some things that you can get for those.
You got a page number? I'll look it up real quick and I'll give you some ideas.
Pulling it up right now. I believe that it is 119.
One moment. Coercion. Cool. Nope, wrong way. Is computers. Okay.
So it looks like extra successes can reduce the time required, which means I'll let you get a little bit more about like what you're seeing.
Okay.
Because I was already giving you sort of an abbreviated.
So, is the triumph the thing that may be spent to uncover additional information about the system?
That is an advantage. The triumph is where you can conceal actions the character has taken, or add a red die if another slicer wants to attempt to detect or identify your actions.
I want to.
I'm sorry, those are the same thing.
Okay, so I want to make it harder for them to see that I'm doing stuff.
Okay.
And then advantages would be reducing the time, because that sounds like a good idea right now. And just getting more information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Bree?
Yes.
The answer is I get 3 pieces of possible information.
Okay, awesome.
Be right back.
I want to
Some information that would be really good would be the code and what they're producing.
I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Also, maybe who their boss is. That'd be very good.
Okay. How many advantages do you have? Oh, just one.
Yeah, just one. So
you are able to get basically a code word. I didn't actually design a code word because I didn't anticipate this, and I don't know why. But you're able to get a code word which would be used to interface with the droids normally by the crew that runs this this little smuggling operation. It looks like they are producing. It looks like they are producing something called Tenho root.
Tenho root?
Tenho, like Tenho root.
Tenho root. Got it. Thank you.
And so the computer says that that's what they're refining. and the machine that's in the hangar there is actually a refining machine.
All right, cool. I presume though that's my turn.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Would you be able to say the code?
Yeah.
Do I have time to do that?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I will repeat the code into the comms.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out range for starships because I'm pretty sure that that's going to become relevant really quickly. Okay, cool. Okay, so we are on droids and captain.
I get the feeling you don't trust our negotiation skills.
Hoomst.
Having a good starship can augment your negotiation abilities.
The negotiator is back in the hangar because I was like, y'all gonna get shot at, and I don't want to get shot at again.
Excuse me, Misa Negotiator.
Yes, you are, and I'm hopeful that you are a good negotiator.
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so the droids continue to move across the hangar. Next round, they will make it to the ship. As the ship is sitting halfway into the dock, the gangplank of it lowers down so that it's now basically on the floor of the hangar, but the ship hasn't landed. And the loudspeaker says, "We weren't told that anyone new was coming." And then,
Do I have a potential name I could drop?
Sure. Do you want to roll me initiative real quick, Taz?
Sure.
Like, even talk, should I have rolled an initiative?
I mean, if you want a soliloquy and stuff, yeah, probably.
I am very confused what just happened.
You missed the PC.
Oh. I think you can put your name in for the PC, maybe? I don't know. We can.
Oh, instead of PC. Oh, maybe.
That's what I'm
That'd be
thinking.
cool.
You can't. I tried.
You can't? Oh.
How do you roll initiative, though?
.I space R space PC space cool in parentheses. That's really annoying. Cool. Okay.
Yes, that was a skill that we used.
Yeah. Michael, I'm gonna let you do your first thing first, just because you would have been way back up.
Just give me a name to drop. All I want to use my advantages for is a bonus to the.
We're gonna go with. We're gonna go with the Falling Hope.
Okay. I would just, I would relay the information I've got to.
Okay.
Just give them blue dye. I'll be happy.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, now we have both Runvoz and Shavik at the same time, so you guys can. You basically act at the same time, but you can figure out who's going to take their action first.
They are.
Okay.
I hold my action until to soliloquy until they do something, because that's all I can kind of do.
Okay. Shavik?
The same thing. I'm sitting behind that box until the fight happens.
Okay. Someone comes down the gangplank with a blaster rifle. Not like onto the ground, but standing on the gangplank.
And that name to drop, what was that again?
Falling Hope.
Falling Hope sent us to help with your Tanho root production.
Production of what? Oh, sorry, they can't soliloquy yet. I guess the guy on the gangplank would say something along the lines of, "We're just here to pick up and drop off. We don't know anything about production, but we were told nobody would be here but the droids." And then I guess you go first, right? So.
I shrug and say, we weren't expecting a shipment right now.
Okay.
Like, we have the crates, but we thought you were coming tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll gesture toward the crates.
Okay. So next we have Onus. Are you just going to keep chilling until something happens? We can basically jump through until somebody's doing something.
Like, keep the initiative order in case we actually get into combat, but go into a little more, like, RP?
Right. Yeah, for the moment.
Okay. I do have some things I do want to do,
so
though.
I do want to do one more turn through, so...
Sure.
Onus, are you going to do anything particular, or are you just going to hang out and prep? I mean, you can aim.
I'll aim, but that's it. I'm not going to shoot or anything until, till I'm told. Or it needs to happen.
Okay, so Riz and Fallen, you are in extreme range.
Yeah, we are. And I sort of, well, I mean, I'll take Fallon's lead on this, but I'm sort of envisioning that we come down kind of right behind them, not down on ground level, but.
So you're going to be flying way above them?
How high are the trees or the buildings? As low as
there
possible.
There are no buildings, but the trees are probably between 10 and 12 meters high.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that would be my first inclination would be just kind of hover there.
Okay, so you're at extreme range currently.
Is extreme good or bad?
It's the furthest range band for starfighters.
Okay.
Or for starships, rather.
Okay.
So yeah, coming in quiet now sounds correct, yeah.
Okay.
All right. That sounds like a plan. Yep.
What's the speed on your ship, CB?
1 sec, I have the page. Three.
Okay. So... Okay, so basically it's going to take both maneuvers to close to long range. It takes two ship maneuvers in order to close a range band. So by moving in sort of at a manageable speed, you guys are now at long range. And CB, did you add an? Can you add an initiative also, please?
I thought I did. I was in
did you?
there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I was at 3. One success, 2 advantages, and it highlights 3 for me.
Oh, right. Okay. Gotcha. I was missing what you were. Wait. Yeah, no, I don't actually see you there. That's really strange. Okay, whatever. I'll just keep track that you're slot number 3. Okay. Okay, so is who's O.4? That is
Me.
Yeah. So what would you like to do?
What have the droids done? There's 2. What have they done so
They've
far?
both just moved toward the ship.
And they have been given the proper code.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, at this point they don't seem to care at this point.
Can I transmit something to them directly?
Sure.
Without having to say it out loud? Like, basically send them a text?
You know that at least one of them has a communications array, so you can send it to that one.
Okay. So, I'm going to give it an order to get, to connect to the ship's computers and to not inform anyone that he is doing so, or it's doing so.
Okay. So
And I will grant him.
Say,
go ahead.
Unless you have a thing that allows you to do it without a roll, I would say make a leadership roll.
Well, I have Speaks Binary, and when directing the NPC droids, I get to grant them 2 blue per rank of Speaks Binary. So I don't know if that's relevant for this. That's what I'm going for.
That would be, so if you succeed and they start to do this thing, they would get 2 blue for any rolls they make.
That's our leadership, right?
Yep.
I forgot difficulties. Do you want to reroll that?
Just roll the 2 KK. Okay, so you end up with 1 failure and 3 advantages. No, hold on. Advantages cancel out failures? No, triumphs cancel out failures. Yeah, so you end up with 1 failure and 3 advantages. So you aren't able to actually convince them to do the thing. But let's see what you can do with advantages on that, because that sounds like a thing that would be good.
Yeah. I can either extend the target support or it may increase the efficiency or effectiveness of the target during the ordered actions.
Yeah, so they're not going to actually perform the actions, but we'll say you confuse the droid enough that it stops moving. It will not make it to the ship this turn.
Sure.
Okay, so the droids, the one droid makes it onto the gangplank, and the pilot backs out of the hangar. So he is starting to accelerate away. And
So the
Oh,
person
boy.
I was talking to is still on the gangplank?
yeah, so as they're flying away, basically the gangplank is going to raise up at basically at the end of the turn.
Unless people want me to shut it off.
Well, no. So this is like in the ship. I mean,
Well, I mean, they're still within the blast doors, right?
no, that's what I'm saying. Is he backs out because he was only about halfway in, so he backs out and starts to fly away.
Runvoz, do we want him to fly away?
Well,
I mean,
so,
you just...
so,
Can I talk because he asked for me?
sure.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, I'm gonna let you guys roleplay for like 30 seconds before we decide if we're doing a starship chase or not.
I mean, did he just accept what you did for Truth and left? Like, I don't...
He hasn't shot me. He took a droid and he left.
I mean, if you then I'm going to assume that he's coming back tomorrow, and that gives us time to plan to either talk to them or find out like more about them, so that we can either negotiate or boot them out.
So we're letting them go?
For now, because that way we can be more prepared.
Bree, the communications droid that got left behind.
Yes.
I have their communications droid, and we can take a look at it and see what we can find.
Perfect. We can then be able to be more prepared for tomorrow, if that's what it comes to. And that way I can also talk to the two gentlemen that are allowing us to buy the books, use this place, to see if they know anything.
Very cheerily wave goodbye at the ship and then look dramatically confused and annoyed at the robot that isn't working right.
I'm guessing that you don't want us to park in the hangar then, since that would tip our hands of having this advantage. So where do you want us to park the ship for now?
Back where it
If you
was.
waited long enough for them to fly away, that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, just
I would like to not walk 16 kilometers back, please.
Well, once they leave, pick them up and then put it back where it was after that.
I can do that, I think.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Cool.
Well, now that the droid has the password, I'm gonna ask it to give me a tour.
Okay. So it brings you around to, like, basically this is the area where outgoing cargo goes. This is the area where the crops are stored when they come in, and it's sort of an empty area with no crates. He shows you the machine. He says this is the extractor machine. We load the crates full of crop in there, and then it comes out the other side processed.
Can you give me a schedule of when the shipments come in and go out?
I'm not sure when the next harvest is. This was our last batch that we were sending.
All right.
Until the next harvest.
So they'll be coming back to pick this up. Is this the complete package that we will be giving them, or is there still a little bit more to do?
Once the machine finishes this run, it will be complete.
All right. How long till the machine finishes the run?
3 days.
3 days. All right. Well, I told them tomorrow. Is there any way we can accelerate this process?
The extraction takes time.
All right. Well, it seems that they took your partner. Are you going to be able to operate at optimum capacity without him?
At this point, everything is loaded. It's simply a matter of maintaining the machine to make sure it's running.
All right. You were walking with your partner toward the ship. were you just programmed to leave with them if they came? Like, why were you walking toward the ship?
He sort of goes stiff. Like something is blocking him from being able to answer that question.
Oro makes a note, mental note.
All right. So, do you know what the route is used for? Like, who sells it, stuff like that?
No.
No. All right.
We process it. It gets shipped out.
Do you know where it gets shipped from? Like, where we get the crop from?
It gets brought here.
I'm gonna look around for a cargo manifest that might have more information. Might have open.
Okay. So when
Can I?
you got, yeah, absolutely.
I was just gonna say, it might have a restraining bolt on it. Maybe we can get rid of it, and then we can get the answers that we need.
Sounds like a good idea.
Aurora, can you take a look?
Aurora will take a look at this droid.
Okay. It definitely has a restraining bolt on it.
So restraining bolt, it means it does that limit its range of where it can go, right?
It limits its behavior. It limits what it can say and do. It basically puts a droid in slave mode pretty much.
Okay. So if we were to take this droid, put it on the ship, and bring it back to our base so I can play with it, would the restraining bolt do something to shut it down? Is there any way for me to tell?
I mean, you work on droids, so you would at least sort of know. It's very likely that the restraining bolt will limit what it can do to help you, because it's given a certain parameter of what it's allowed to do. But it's not going to necessarily let it, like... It's not going to necessarily let the smugglers track it or anything. That said, this droid definitely does have a communication suite built into it, so the restraining bolt might require it to continue reaching out to someone.
I'm going to ask it for its range, what it's allowed to do with the restraining bolt.
I don't have that information.
Is it okay for you to leave this area with us? Will that interfere with the bolt?
I'm allowed to leave.
That's what I wanted to know. Can you go into shutdown mode for a moment, please?
Yes. Shuts down. Or goes into sleep mode, whatever.
I wanted to not be able to see and hear me.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, it's got a restraining bolt on it, and it has a communications array, so the chances are it's transmitting possibly continuously. So we could bring it back to base, but then, I don't know, that may or may not be a thing. I can also just play with it here. And we've got, how many days do we have?
I told them we were expecting them tomorrow. The crop is going to be done in 3 days.
So I don't know. I can stay here instead, just to make sure it doesn't transmit our position or whatever while I play with it.
Would you be able to send a message through the system?
Say it again.
Would we be able to send a message through the droid system?
If I can get access, probably.
Hey, this might be of some importance. I found a file that says processing. If we're trying to figure out what people are up to, maybe getting into that would help us.
That would be very good.
Now, I don't know anything about droids, really, but you can't just pop that thing off?
Yeah, but that could alert whoever owns this thing.
I'm wondering if we can
so here's
have it send a message out saying shutting down for maintenance or something like that.
That's. I still have to. I need to take time to play with it, to get in there and figure it out, and including looking at the restraining bolt and seeing what parameters it has set. I need time. But the question is, do I do it here or do I do it back at the base? Because there is some percentage chance that we could be tracked. I don't know. So
Probably safer to do it there.
All right. I'm going to go out on the limb here. Say take out the restraining bolt while you're here. If they come back, we shoot them. If they don't come back, see if there's a signal. If there isn't one, take it. If there is, stop the signal, then take it. Either way, we get it.
I'm with the Wookiee.
All right, do it.
okay. So I guess I'm going to take the restraining bolt off.
Yep.
I'm going to keep the blaster trained at its head just in case it goes violent.
They're not difficult to remove. It's in shutdown mode, so you take it off and it just continues to be in shutdown.
Scanners going, seeing if there's any scanning for transmissions.
Nope.
Okay. Can I plug the restraining bolt into my data pad and try to see what its parameters are?
Once it's disconnected, there's not a heck of a lot you can do with it.
All right. Well, turn on the droid.
It boots up. Oh, fuck, I didn't give it a call number. It gives you a call number, which we can invent. Labor droid, how may I be of assistance to you today?
Hi. What are your priority protocols?
I am a labor droid. I am programmed to operate machinery. I am programmed to move cargo. I am programmed to serve in a warehouse or factory capacity.
Do you have any secondary protocols or uses?
It just stares at you blankly.
Tell me about your communications array.
I was programmed with a communications array so that I could function as a foreman in the warehouse.
So you receive orders from off-site.
I have not received any orders yet. How can I help?
But you're capable of receiving orders from off-site.
I suppose.
Excellent. So
Got a damn comm array so it can tell the other droids what to do.
Yeah, I got it.
Do I have any programs designed to function with droids?
So,
any programs
so at this point,
designed to function with droids? What do you mean?
Well, it's one of those. If they were part of this, there might be programs to give them orders.
I mean, it's pretty easy to give. It's pretty easy to give a droid orders. I mean, they just sort of follow directions.
Do you have any protocols to continue transmitting?
I have not been given any directions or protocols yet. How can I help you?
Fantastic. I need to do maintenance on you, so if you could please go into maintenance mode, and I'm going to hook you up to my data pad here. And then, but before we do that, I think we're going to get you on this ship first.
We are reassigning you to a new facility.
Excellent.
So come with me, please, and then I'll bring him to the Aurora and put him into maintenance mode and start doing stuff.
Okay.
Just looking through his protein.
Okay, so are you guys going to head back?
We've taken pretty much everything that we can from this place, isn't it? The machining is automatic, so that's just going to keep going.
At the moment, it's turned off.
Oh, before it goes into maintenance mode, can we have it set the machine to automatic?
Yeah.
Because at the very least, we would be able to possibly sell this tenor route.
Yeah, no, I ordered to do that, and it's extra good at it, because that's what I do.
Absolutely. It walks over to the machine, connects to it with the data port, The machine whirs back to life again. And then it comes back and goes back into maintenance mode.
Hey, if we're gonna leave, can I make a suggestion? Like, maybe we should put some kind of sensors or something down here?
Michael,
Well,
do you have
I've got
access
all
to the
security
cameras?
cameras now.
That works?
And I
You're
can
still
always just close the blast doors so they can't get in.
You're still hooked into the system from here? You don't need me to keep playing with the thing?
I might need you to play with it later just to make sure everything's working, but I seem to have most everything.
That includes control over the turrets in the caves, yeah? Right?
Well, what turrets I haven't deactivated are busted to hell.
So you didn't have control over the turrets. You turned the power off to the turrets.
That does sound like what I said.
All right,
Okay.
so
The ones I haven't deactivated are busted to hell.
Right. Okay.
so if I understand right, they are not under our control exactly. They're just automatic. Like once they're turned on, and they will shoot.
At the current moment, I mean, guys, I just found three new essential computers in here that didn't exist before. You gotta give me some time.
All right. Well, let's go back to base then.
Sarah, you're awesome.
I don't get it.
It's Larry.
Why? Yeah, no, it's perfect. Okay. So you guys head back, and at this point, we're gonna take a quick break because I know Sarah's got. Oh my god, really? Because I know Sarah's got obligations at 9 o'clock, so we're gonna take a 20-minute break, and I'll chat with you guys about what you would like to do in the short interim period. Because we're gonna jump forward, 4 or 5 days. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, well, we'll be back.
Yeah, because I think these revelations might affect what I've done.
Possibly. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Thank you. Okay, welcome back. We had to take a couple extra minutes, but folks are talking about the droid that they just got, so I'm going to let them continue doing that. They just got a labor droid, and I sent them the stats for it, so... they're talking about what they want their droid to look like.
So, first of all, Aurora's going to be like, yeah, this is absolutely mine now.
But share?
This is going to make us fixing this base much easier because it can do repairs, but it also can command other droids. So we can even leave it here and it'll just keep doing the repairs we need done.
Oh my god, they're so freaking cute.
I mean, there's a bunch of different kinds of labor droids, so, like, if y'all can pick one before I do...
I want the cute one that looks like a puppy.
Oh, I was going to say the BLX labor droid is not too weird looking.
So, or you're saying we've got a droid that can tell Cobble to shut the fuck up?
It doesn't mean Cobble's going to listen.
It's true.
I mean,
well, actually, we got that other restraining bolt over there, so maybe he will.
I mean, yeah, I can program Cobble however we want him programmed. That's not exactly... Yeah, that's what I do.
Can we give this droid
a
password for us? So, like, what we did to it to get it to just kind of cooperate, let's make one just for this team.
Wait, what?
Can we give it a master password that it'll only respond to people in this team that talk to it? Because we were able to give it its code before just because we found it in the computer.
Hey, Bree.
Yes. This is what your droid looks like.
Can restraining like?
Oh, that one's cute. I love him.
I wanna commandeer this restraining bolt and make it restrain this thing in the ways that I want.
Okay,
Is
so
that something I can do?
In this case, that restraining bolt is one-time use, but you can definitely find one in the building. That's no problem.
Okay, So then, yeah. So I'm gonna come up with some things that I'm gonna restrain this thing from doing. I will come up with a list between games.
Okay.
But one of the things is we will come up with a password or passcode that the party can use in order to give this thing orders.
Yep.
Hey, Bree.
Yes.
So my original in-between action involved me getting into the system.
Yes.
But I've kind of already done that now.
No, so actually the thing that you and I had talked about, so I'm gonna get to this with everybody actually. The thing that you and I had talked about was to repair the system to the point where you can get into the things that you couldn't before because the system was broken. That's different.
Oh, okay.
Like remember like the core of the computer had fried?
Yeah.
So at this point you've cobbled together enough parts, pun intended. You've cobbled together enough parts that the...
Can I have taken them out of cobble?
No. But you've cobbled together enough parts at this point that the factory's computer is at least whole in maintenance mode. So you've still got to do some tweaking in order to get it fully functional again, but you're at least able to access everything so that you can start to repair it. So,
okay.
That said, now that we're going to jump forward a few days...
and sorry, in that time, can we have researched Phelan Hope and Tenho Root and figure out everything I can?
Exactly. I was about to ask what you guys would have wanted to do in those few days. Like I said, you can do the one action again, like we did last time. So doing a research, that, let's see. I'm gonna say make knowledge underworld rolls. You're gonna make 2 of them.
Okay.
So the first one will be for Falling Hope. Oh, I'm sorry, difficulty. Let's see. Falling Hope is going to be difficulty 2. The Techno Root is going to be difficulty 4.
So that's KK?
Yeah. What the heck can I try?
Are you going to also do investigating on this thing for your action?
I do have underworld contacts as one of my talents, so why not? And not the worst, so...
Yeah. Okay, so... Okay. CB definitely knows a bit about what Falling Hope is. So, the Falling are a race. They're sort of a reptilian species from the planet Falling. And the group Falling Hope is a smuggling group of predominantly Falling who have basically been trying to liberate Falling who were taken as slaves by the Empire. They tend to, where the Rebel Alliance does things that is mostly like above board to gray, Falling Hope is basically a whatever it takes, no holds barred kind of an organization.
Okay.
Fun.
And then for the Techno Root?
Eek.
Eek. CB, what does your underworld contacts give you?
Well, mechanically, it just gives me, I believe it was, I can reduce the rarity on a given item and at an increased cost. But flavor-wise, I have underworld contacts, along with the fact that I made sure to put some points in my underworld knowledge.
Yeah. So because you got 1 success, CB, you get the full name of this substance, and you learn that it is a drug.
That fits.
Okay, so Michael, you've done your thing. Onus, what would you like to do?
I'd like to do some more exploring in those caves.
Okay. Okay, so you pretty much at this point you've been able to map out that cave system. So it's the main part of it goes in through the basement and then down. Like I said, a bunch of stories. I don't remember. You suck, Cam. It goes down a bunch of stories, and then there are a couple of offshoot caves in like the big long stretch, but they don't really go anywhere. It looks like there's a couple of droid spots where like droids would park themselves to recharge. When you get to the up shaft on the other side, there are two entrances, both of which have locked doors on them, and at this point Michael hasn't been able to access those door locks. But predominantly that's like what you're looking at. There are a couple of minor like caves that go off into little tunnels and stuff like that that could potentially be turned into stuff later, but at the moment they're just empty caves.
Okie dokie.
But at this point, I'm gonna say, if you're doing anything down there that involves like tactics or anything where you're making checks based on space, you're gonna get 2 blue dice because you've mapped it out, you know it. So I'm gonna write that down so that I don't forget. Okay, cool. Next up, we have Oro.
So I'm going to take my new friend. What are we calling it?
Larry.
Leary? Is that really it? What we're doing?
I believe it was Larry.
Larry? Oh, Larry. That's slightly better, kind of. So Larry and Oro are going to gather all of the droids and droid parts that they can find and start putting together a crew and getting them with appropriate restraining bolts, and to make sure that they will follow the crew's orders as well as Larry's orders, as he will kind of be our foreman.
Okay, so you're not actually going to be able to build any droids this time. You don't quite have enough time, but you can collect parts enough that you'll be able to build 2 going forward.
Well, there were a couple of droids that were functional though, walking around, right?
Yeah, downstairs there were a couple that you guys shot up and.
I thought one of them was still working.
Oh yeah, you're right. One of them is one of those little square lifter droids that moves things back and forth.
Yeah, I mean that's a start, but otherwise, gather parts so I can start making other droids. The idea is that I need kind of I need some all-purpose labor droids, so that way they can do the variety of things we need to do to fix this place up.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so you get parts together that eventually you'll be able to build 2, and there is that whole crafting system, so that'll be really cool.
Cool. I'm gonna go look that up.
It is in Special Modifications, which is an Edge of the Empire book. And there's a whole like droid crafting section.
Okay.
Also like ranged weapon crafting and gadget crafting and stuff like that. So okay. Runvoz, what would you like to do in your downtime?
So I'd like to do the thing I wasn't able to do because it took time before. Which was talking to the gentlemen that are allowing us to get this operation running again.
Yeah, what are you trying to find out?
If they like, not without like completely spelling it out, but like be like, do you know that there's like smugglers in your cave system? Like
So they say, one of them, the one that was a little more friendly, not the Moncal, the human, says, We heard that we heard that the smugglers were in there. There was a big hole in the basement that they opened up to get in and out of the cave. It looks like. Yeah, I don't know much about them, but if you guys can scare them off, that'd be great.
Okay, so that also, like, kind of, whatchamacallit, like, now I know that they aren't gonna super check on me with what we do, maybe, because
it's definitely true. You are definitely
right?
getting the impression that they're pretty much gonna leave you to your own devices.
All right, so that was basically like that litmus test to see how much they gave a shit.
Yep.
All right, so that's perfect for me.
So, Gio, just so you know, you have the parts to build a monotask chassis and one labor chassis. As you're starting to look at those things.
Can you just labor and a what?
Monotask? Like solo. Like
got it.
Yeah, they're just two types of chassis. It's
there's
a rarity 2 and a rarity 3 chassis. Okay, and last but very much not least, Shavik.
So the things we chatted about earlier about the, running of goods like I did before.
Yep.
Plus, I want to scour this base that we found for any equipment we don't need, and I'm going to go talk to Runvoz about selling it because we need credits, not random pieces of metal laying around the ground we're not going to use.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna say you go down through all of the warehouse sections and stuff like that, and there's a lot of inventory down there. I mean, there's definitely stuff to sell, and it's stuff that you can sell above board on market with no fear.
And I will mention that to our most esteemed talking person.
Yeah, and I mean, if you want to go ahead and make a roll, I forget what I had you roll last time, but let's see. Get you some credits here. I think I did negotiation last time.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Looks like the last time you had me roll piloting space.
Oh, right, because you were actually going somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
I'm actually
fair.
transporting the goods above board.
If you're gonna transport them on world, do piloting planetary. If you're planning on trying to take them over to like the main, the planet off the moon, then go ahead with piloting space.
Is this the goods that we found, or is this the normal, like, hey, we need to bring, farmed goods from the planet down here and back and forth?
I mean, in this case, I would say probably the things that you found there. So that would be, building materials. That's steel. It's that kind of stuff.
Well, then that would be on planet, because off planet they've got a giant farm place and they don't like metal things.
It's true.
That'll do.
Come back.
Damn.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, last time you had me roll a D100 for each advantage and multiplied it by the number of successes.
Yep.
Oh, that's a great balancing act over those single-digit numbers.
Yeah, right. I think you probably could have done like 60, 100 or something like that, but So let's see, 70. If somebody else wants
Looks like
to do math
207
quicker than me.
times 2, so
Yep.
414. With a better roll, I made less money.
Oh,
That's
brutal.
so bad. That's the way the world works.
In this case, because it is rarer materials, I'm gonna have you up it by one multiplier anyway. Because you're not just like sort of trading farm goods, you're actually like taking things that people need on planet.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys have got your base basically started. You know that there are these smugglers. At this point, there are sort of two things that you're worried about. The first is when these smugglers come back, and the second is where are they getting this stuff to make this drug for, right?
Well, process.
Sorry, you cut off right after well.
There's a program that says processing.
There is.
And I've been fiddling with the computer system.
Okay. So the
Can
processing...
I smash my face against the keyboard?
The processing, like, sort of sub-program runs the machine. And you can see that the machine is basically like a liquefier extraction machine. So it's taking basically some
It's a
kind
galactic
of,
juicer.
Yeah, pretty much. It's taking some kind of root and turning it into not a root.
Okay, not a root. So that gives me some information, and I have under.
Let's see. I think it's an extract, like a tincture, basically. It's basically like acid. Yeah, as best as I can tell, it's basically like acid.
Okay, so this is a hallucinogenic operation.
Is there any way with the money that we got, we could buy like a dart gun that we could put some of this stuff in and use it to like sedate anyone?
I'm not sure. It depends on how much money you guys have. Ow! Oh, son of a bitch! Oh,
If no one tells me not to, I'm just going to take over this operation.
Is that a question you're asking out loud?
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just kicked my desk.
We're already talking about smuggling.
No, the whole point of the operation was to do something by the books. So we made friends with the people on the planet and make them like us. If we, have the drugs get spread more, that's not necessarily really good. I don't really want a drug operation being run in here.
That's what the cave's for.
Right. Sure. But I don't want it anywhere near us or for that to be a thing. This isn't it's drugs. It's not like hidden supplies that are going to help the overarching cause. This is drugs that don't help. They're
So you're suggesting that we're going to take down this drug organization, basically, because they know that we're here. It's either help them or hurt them.
Well, now that we know what it is, I think it's more looking towards hurt them, not help them.
So I look at it one, two ways. Either we can make the drugs for now and use that to get some credits to help fund the Alliance, or we can choose to tell them to screw off. They're going to get irritated. We're going to have disrupted the chain. People might then go investigate that chain, and then if they end up in trouble with, I don't know, Imperial authorities, they might go, hey, you know what will keep me off death, keep me from getting shot several times? I know where some rebels are.
They don't know we're rebels.
They don't know we're rebels. So far.
Yeah, but would they be willing to make us sound greater than we are?
All right, so I think you're blowing it a little out of proportion.
I don't think he is.
I don't want to be selling drugs. That is the hill I will die on. We are not selling drugs. We're not.
Yeah, I have to agree with her. I think that that brings more trouble than it's worth.
We're not helping them sell drugs. We're not doing any of that.
Right. Well, now that we have invaded their base, we are no longer a neutral party. So we are firmly against them, and we're going to need to figure out a way to stop them from murdering us or giving us away. Whether they give us away as rebels or other smugglers that they could use to maybe get less jail time. Ultimately, it's bad.
Right, but we have paperwork saying that we can be here, right, Bree? That was the thing we got.
Correct.
You can be arrested inside your own home for doing for selling drugs or for smuggling.
I'm going to point out the Empire has never needed a warrant.
That just means we need to take care of them and we can't go easy on them and let them go.
Right, and the people here know that it's
we absolutely have to
problem, though.
I'm just pointing out the problem.
Again, like I said, the people of this little area community, that part of the goal was to get them to like us. Do know that this drug thing is a thing and it should probably go away. And I think it should go away. And we should think of a way to make that happen.
We have a lot of unknowns. Can we maybe try and figure out who these guys are and where they're going and who they work for? Because, like, if they're working for someone relatively local, we might be able to just roll in and take them on. They work for the Huts. So, how about we just find some information out first, maybe?
We should just shoot them.
Do that anyway. Bree, whatever you.
All I heard was no.
I need to find out more about this operation.
Okay.
I think you guys are overthinking this. I think that we should just let them land and we should have shot them.
But they're not in charge. The people in charge will be angry.
All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here because, I've been so talkative and shit. And he'll point to Runvoz. She's in charge. I think that's pretty much the end of the discussion. What do you want to do, boss? That's how.
So she just gets to place orders no matter what?
Well, that is part of being in charge.
It's literally the point of being in command. And you guys have literally bored the shit out of me for 10 minutes. I got plenty of things I could be doing, but I'm listening to your opinions. I'm just waiting for something else to get done. If that means I need to be bitchy so we can have an order, fantastic. Point is, those fuckers come back, I shoot them in the head. Who do they work for? Check their logs. I don't care. Those roots, find something else productive to do with them, process that, give it to the locals, give it to them for free. Everyone's happy, everyone likes us, we have a new ship, and all the bad guys are dead.
What must it be like in your world? It sounds really nice and simple.
It's the one where if somebody pisses me off enough, I take a heavy carbine and shoot them in the fucking head. We're rebels, not lollipop handers. We don't walk around passing out candy. We do what needs to get done. They came in, they didn't want to negotiate, they don't like it, they fight with us.
One possibility is that we can just report them to the Imperials. That would give us at least some sort of legitimacy in the Imperials' view, saying that, hey, we moved in and then we found this weird freaking operation. Imperials take care of them.
So
Imperials come in, they take over the base, they take over the building, and they own this space. Do not get on the Imperials' radar for any reason whatsoever.
This is what Bree and I can agree.
Bree had something to say.
Runvoz, one of the things in your briefing about this moon was that the local government of this moon has no love lost for the Empire. Like, the Empire it does not have a presence, or at least does not have an observable presence on this moon, even though they're right outside the shipping construction areas. it's reasonable to say that that's probably why there were a boatload of Star Destroyers sitting around the planet.
Okay.
Anyway, first step is we need to know something about them.
Right, I can agree with that. We need to know about that.
So, may I make a roll brief?
Sure, go ahead. Are you going to do some underworld?
I figure that would be the easiest way.
Yep.
Is there any way for me to assist?
I don't know.
Because he's really good with Underworld, and I'm really good at researching things. So I don't know if there's a way to...
1 second, let me see if there's an assist thing in here.
Man, I wish I was better at it right now. I thought I'd be using computers more, but instead it's Underworld.
In worst case, I can help too, depending on how the system works.
I have a weird question, if I might.
Yes.
Oh, please fire away.
Could we take one of those automatic turrets and, like, move it so that if they come back and we don't notice, they get shot?
I was just planning on closing the blast doors. It's not a bad idea. I'm just saying, I can close the front.
Oh. Okay, so the way that assistance works, if two people are working on something, you can use one person's skill and one person's characteristic. Or, if a person isn't skilled and wants to assist, then... basically, I'm going to do one blue for each person assisting, I guess? But, like, it's really only going to be reasonable for one or two.
So, if we use Taz's Underworld skill ranking, and I can use my researcher ability? Is that what you're saying?
I'm okay with that. Like, if you're the person doing the research and Taz is assisting, then you can use... You would have to use your intellect at that point.
Oh no.
Which I think you either have a 3 or 4, right?
Yeah, I got 4. It's my thing.
Okay, so you could use your intellect and Michael's Underworld, and then you would be able to apply your research stuff to it. Because Michael would be basically right there, like, pointing things out and helping you with it.
Okay, are you cool with that,
Does that
Taz?
sound good to you?
Ignore that. I went to hit the shift, hit the enter key. But now I have it. I wish I had rolled it for real.
So this is going to be a difficulty 3 roll.
So I remove 1 black per rank of researcher for knowledge checks, and I have a rank of 1.
So you're going to be
difficulty
adding
2.
But one of your greens is now going to turn to a yellow.
Right. So black are the situational dice, not the difficulty. So it's difficulty 3, but there are also 2 black dice. So you're going to be at difficulty 3. Right? Am I totally wrong? Yeah, no, because it's P and R for difficulty. Have I been having you guys do black? Ah, damn.
Yes.
I've been making your lives easier. Okay, well, I'm an idiot.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
So it would be YGG.
YGGG.
GGG, yeah, 3 Gs, 3 purples,
and 1 black.
And 1 black. That's K, right?
Yeah. Oof.
Now I really wish we had run with mine. Can we just run with mine?
I mean, even yours, you would have ended up with 2 failures, or I'm sorry, 1 failure and 1 threat, or something like that.
Okay, well, we tried.
Okay. So you aren't able to really get any information on this group. You were looking for the group locally, is that right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so, right?
You weren't able to get any actually information on the group locally, but you did get a lead on sort of a social club in one of the really, really seedy areas of town.
I pass that off to Runvoz.
So there's a seedy club that people possibly
might know about this.
Bree, is that anywhere near where I bounce at?
I don't think the place that you bounce at is like slum bad.
Sure. Well, wherever works for you. Just
yeah,
trying to point them in the right direction.
I mean, it's probably in the general area, but this is like one of those alleys in the neighborhood where your cantina is that like even the people who go to your place don't go down.
Sure.
Is there any way I can like research this seedy bar?
I mean, you can look up public information about it.
Sure.
It's just like members only little social club. It's rumored to be a place that a lot of like organized crime and stuff like that hang out.
Okay. I think I might be able to actually get to use my special skill.
Yeah, so Runvoz and the Wookiee, you guys go have a good time. I'm gonna stay right here.
I will be going with you.
Make droids.
No. I have a special skill, maybe. Let's see. So, what are the people that, like, can I figure out who some of the local people are that go there?
Not really. They keep it pretty close to their chest.
May I use Streetwise?
Sure. I love that for bad press, you literally just put bad press. You're so annoying.
I have a question, though.
Yes.
So, we have information about this other species that one of our characters, was it Taz that name dropped?
Yeah.
Colleen.
Is that...
Gosh. Is that what?
I got a Triumph.
You did. I'm not actually sure what a Triumph does in this instance.
Are they like someone that's around here?
I mean, there's a fair number of aliens on world. On this moon, but they're not like. It's mostly Moncal here.
So Oro fits in.
Yes. Oh yeah, very much so.
Triumph may be spent to earn a semi-permanent contact on the street.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, that's totally perfect. So,
Reina, I'm pretty sure you're the only reason I'm not accidentally building a criminal.
Oops, we accidentally crime.
That seems to be every other role I do.
As long as it's for good.
I mean, like, I'm not even opposed to the idea of, oh, let's just get rid of the drug thing. It's fine by me. I was just pointing out there is a potential for it to bite us in the butt. If we can deal with it, then I am more than perfectly happy.
Is there a legal medicinal use for this drug? Like, if we donated it to a hospital or something?
Not on record. But that said,
that's the thing.
There's a lot of research equipment upstairs.
Hey, Oro.
Yes?
Since this machine can be used to process a drug, I'm sure we could probably use it with a little modification to have it produce, I don't know, medicine?
So specifically what the machine does is extract like the essence of this root. So it's more like Vance said, it's basically a space juicer.
So it's like liquid cocaine?
No, it's like acid.
It's like LSD from a plant.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was more like opium because it's just like really gentle feeling.
Well, I don't know exactly how dangerous these drugs are.
Is there other agriculture on the planet that can be juiced to beneficial effect?
These are all things we can worry about later.
Yeah.
How about mandarin juice?
For most people, users often describe its effects as similar to that of watching a sunset. Yeah. So it's like escapism. It's honestly like it looks to me like for regular people it's a mild psychotropic, and for the Faline it's like an aggressive psychotropic.
And this is illegal. Why?
It's marijuana illegal. They're trying to control people.
Addiction, probably.
It's just like, I'm not hearing the bad part. Where's the bad part? Or is it just that the Empire are assholes? Which I'm totally willing to...
It could be just that the Empire are assholes.
Like, do I need to make a knowledge check to figure it out? Or
I mean, there's not really a way for you to figure out why it's illegal.
I mean, it's also like, I don't know. Your character could also be totally okay with drugs, and my character can be totally not okay with drugs.
It's true.
Like, from a social standpoint, like, you know.
Oh, from a social standpoint, my character's totally on board with drugs. He grew up on the streets of Coruscant. He's just used to it.
So, does that mean that Michael gets a contact in this bar?
He'll have a contact on the streets, but not in this bar because he didn't get a success. So he's got someone like in that area, but not somebody that can get you guys in.
Maybe someone who could make the bouncer feel more inclined to listen to our story to let us in?
I mean, like I said, this isn't a person that's a member of the club.
Right.
Otherwise,
but I'm trying
if Taz had gotten successes and a triumph, then the person would be a member of the club. In this case, he is not.
This is good for later. It's not good for now.
I need to look at my character sheet and see what I can roll to try to get my way. Thing is, I have a bunch of cunning.
You have all the social.
Right. I can I have perception, or not perception. I have, I have a shit ton of streetwise. Probably more so than Taz does.
No arguments here.
Can I make a streetwise roll?
At this point, it's already been attempted. You would have to have been aided.
Yeah, no. Fine. What did I get for not looking at my sheet? So can I actually just say fuck it, put a different face on, and deception my way in there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, realistically,
what are you doing to the Wookiee?
Right. Realistically, you guys could go camp outside for a little while and watch someone come out, and then you could turn into that person.
Yeah, let's do that. Sure.
What are you doing with the Wookiee?
I can't turn the Wookiee into anything.
Nope.
You can just hire me as a bodyguard. Who cares?
It's very true.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will also be going with you.
You're underworld and seedy. It's fine.
I'm not going to argue with it anymore.
Okay.
If you'd like
that cat's thoroughly out of the bag.
What did you say, Kim?
If you'd like me to come, I can too. I've got 3 greens in the Streetwise and 3 greens in the Deception.
I think the only thing I have in regard to this is underworld knowledge, so I don't think I directly.
Sure, I will take the 2 most sticking out people of our group that are very identified as
the Gungan and the Wookiee.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best social skill is ranged light and ranged heavy.
Those are good social skills.
I believe that's called aggressive negotiations.
Yes.
I can also stay outside and cover your escape if you need.
It's very
yes,
true.
that would be good.
Got them brass knuckles for a reason, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Aurora is sitting back at base. The red wire connects to the servo, and the servo connects to the.
I was gonna say the only pertinent skill I have to this is brawl, and I don't think you want that.
Oro, do you have a blaster pistol?
Why would I have a blaster pistol?
It's on your bloody list. I don't know.
Can we buy him an ion pistol just to like turn off droids if he has to?
I mean, if you guys have the money.
Okay.
I only 44 credits. That's why I didn't.
I guess we'll go.
Okay.
Oh right, I'm still broke.
So you guys get down over there. You're in the rough part of town.
I would have changed my clothing before we left into something not as pretty.
Okay.
Oh, I have light, whatchamacallit now.
Light
I bought that. The light armor clothes or whatever.
Oh, heavy clothes?
Yeah.
An ion blaster is 250 credits, and it is rarity 3, so you guys should have no problem finding one. Okay, so you make it over there. Some people, like, eye Shavik, and then they just, like, go to the other side of the road. They are not trying to F with this angry-looking Wookiee. Can a Wookiee look angry? Do Wookiees always look angry?
Oh, by the way, I would not have looked like
That's my resting Wookiee space.
Exactly.
So I would have not looked like my normal human self when we walked over here, even though I'm going to change my face. Okay. Because I'm here to be personable and friendly with people, and no one needs to know that I'm a shady underworld shitbag.
It's true. It's very true. What? Who am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at you. Okay. What is all this stuff? Okay, so
that just fills me with so much confidence, Bree.
No, I was looking at one of your character sheets, and I was just confused because I was looking for something and couldn't find it. So you guys get into the neighborhood. Like I said, people definitely notice you, but are unwilling to question Shavik. So you find a little sort of nook in between 2 buildings across the street from this club that you've heard of.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to just wait for folks coming in and out. It looks like the entrance to this place, you step down into it, and when folks go in, you hear what sounds like a droid's voice at the door.
So it's one of those eye stock things.
Sorry, I missed both of that.
Do my big ass Gungan ears hear anything?
I mean, it's basically just the droid asks who they are and says welcome and gives their name back to them, whoever it is. Gives their name back to them like they're a true Fae.
Yep. Okay.
So eventually somebody does come out. It is a Sullustan And he's pretty much the first person you've seen come out since you got here, and he turns to walk away in the opposite direction of you.
What his name is.
We might want his ID card because they're asking for names.
Is there a way we can get his ID card?
I mean, the droid didn't say goodbye, Mr. Gleggerleg.
No.
Alright,
So
so there's someone more stealthier than me that can go. The Wookiee's not stealthy.
You need someone who can go do the thing stealth.
Yes.
Anyone better than me?
No, I don't think
What
so.
skill is going to be like skullduggery?
Is it skullduggery or stealth?
Stealth would be to be it will be to remain unseen. Skullduggery will be to like pickpocket him.
So both.
Yeah, correct.
All right. Well, then let's start with stealth.
Yep.
Advantage of being a spy class.
Except I have all the dots in those too, I just realized.
You want to go?
No. My stealth is probably not as good as yours.
Actually, if we have a scanner, can she turn her face into him, and then we scan her face? And then just, like, identify?
It's very unlikely that you're going to be able to identify him if he's coming out of a place like this.
All right, here goes nothing, and I do say that sincerely.
Oof. Let's see what triumphs on stealth do, because you have definitely been seen, and the person is pissed.
Oh,
yeah, I knew I was fucked.
So, if he's causing a scene, can I try to use my skullduggery to pickpocket?
Let's see what happens first.
Okay.
Not that it's critical to what's going on at the moment, but Shavik is actually going to try to stay, quote unquote, out of line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, under the right circumstances, a character can spend a triumph to identify a way to completely distract an opponent for the duration of the scene. So actually, someone sees you, Michael, as you are trying to sneak up behind this guy, and he starts to chase you. But in running away, you're able to lead him completely away from the alley, and now the alley's empty.
So does that mean I can move to skullduggery?
Well, I mean, at this point, you've gotten him to chase you away. You've distracted him, basically. Somebody else could do skullduggery.
So I could do skullduggery?
Yeah.
I has a good with that, hopefully. How do you spell skullduggery?
K-U-L-D-U-G-G-E-R-Y.
And it's going to be difficulty 3 with a black die.
So KKK?
Nope. No, never. PPPK.
PPPK. This is gonna be bad. Ouch!
Oof.
The dice worked good.
Okay.
Against me.
Can I just stun this guy?
Sorry?
Can I just stun this guy?
I mean, yes.
I mean, it's a seedy alley.
Let's see what happens when Runvoz fails to pickpocket him first.
Alright.
Swear to God, if Oro has to come bail y'all out, me and Onus are not going to be happy.
I'll keep that in mind.
No, we will not.
Okay. So you reach into the pocket of his jacket and you try to grab his ID chit, and he feels you grabs your wrist, turns, and draws a holdout blaster.
High fire.
Yeah, so we're gonna need initiative for the folks that are in the alley.
What is that again?
And now I'm glad I'm not there.
So that's .I A PC.
.ir PC. I think.
And it's not cool this time. It's the
In
other
this
one.
case, yeah, it'll be vigilance this time.
Oh, I didn't do that right. Oh.
I got a bad feeling about all this.
Oh, god damn.
How do you spell vigilance? Are we even doing that right?
Yep.
Are we still in initiative from the last fight?
No? I reset it. Yeah, no, definitely not.
Well,
Didn't we do that right?
Yeah.
Or is there no space
No, there
between
should be.
PC and vigilance?
I mean, I guess if you know how many dice you're... No, there definitely is a space between PC and vigilance. Let me see what I just rolled, because I did it and it worked. Oh, I just typed in the dice. If you want to just type in what your vigilance dice are, if for some reason it's not pulling vigilance.
How do you do that? How many dice is it? It's
I'm looking at your character sheet, so...
No, I have 2 green.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So
dot
.r
IGG?
space R, .I space R space PC space GG for you. Unless the bot is just broken.
It might need a kick.
What the hell? Oh, god.
it's Y for yellow, right?
Yes. Did
Okay.
I break it?
Yeah, I'm just doesn't.
It's dead.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm not even get a
You
response.
deaded it.
Let me try and reset the... Oh, you know what? I can see all of you in initiative. It has been rolling, but not showing it to you.
Okay.
Let me clear this, and we can make this work the right way. I was trying to, like, roll in secret, but... You guys are going to get the advantage on this one in this case. Because I had a really good roll. What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's still not.
It's still... Didn't... Oh, I didn't do NPC. Okay. It definitely added. I'm not sure why it's not showing the dice roll. Okay, so I'm looking at the, hang on. I space B. What the fuck? This is so strange.
Did the bot go down or something? Like, can that happen?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, it's still working like when I'm looking at the interface online.
Is it like half down? Does it need a restart?
Well, since you can still see it, you can see the results of our rolls, right? Like the range light. All right. Well, we can just roll, and you can tell us what we got.
Okay.
I'm trusting you.
So then I suspect it was working with vigilance.
Yeah, it definitely was. I can see all of the times that you guys were rolling. Oh,
Oh.
Well.
Did it just show back up? What the
Holy
heck
shit,
happened?
I think it might be now showing all of the things. I bet it's gonna pop a bunch of stuff.
It just showed me.
Uh-oh.
It's a little behind, it seems.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't get to go first at all. Ju Jana does after the NPC shoots me in the fucking face.
You're not wrong.
Can I just point out, combat has never gone well for us.
We haven't been in any real combats
You
yet.
really haven't. Especially considering that, like, I wasn't even doing damage well. I mean, right.
We gave some stormtroopers headaches as we ran away.
We also dealt with a dark side turret.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't there for that.
Okay. Let's see. Who else? Where is Shavik? Okay, so Shavik, you have 1 success. I have Shavik, Ju Jana, and... Okay. So. NPC shoots. Let's see if this actually fucking shows up. It did. Cool. Oh, fuck. I didn't do difficulty. Which, at close range, I believe difficulty is 1? Let us see, because this will be helpful for y'all too. Yes, at engaged or short range, difficulty is 1. So, you guys only have a difficulty 1 on shooting him. Okay, so...
Yeah, but he gets to go first.
This is true. Okay, so you get shot and take 8 damage. So subtract your soak.
What is that for the light armor or whatever?
It should be on your character sheet, or did you not actually add it?
Your soak, I believe, is brawn plus whatever your armor rating is.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm not sure what your armor rating is.
Well, it's either 0, 1, or 2. It doesn't go much higher than that.
You've got heavy clothing. It is 1. So you have a soak of 3.
So you killed me.
You're taking 5 wounds.
Okay, so how does that work? Because my brawn is 2.
So you have a soak of 3. You took 8 wounds.
Yes.
So you're removing 3 of them, and then you're taking 5. So on your character sheet, where it says 0 for current wounds, you want to make that 5. Yeah, exactly.
So, like, half of my... Ow!
Yeah.
Like, half my track.
Yeah. Yeah, damage is actually... I mean, combat is actually a hell of a lot more deadly than I realized.
Well, right. It's Star Wars.
Oh, I was looking at something, and then I got distracted by armor. Okay, so he has 2 advantages, and with them, he uses a free maneuver to start running away. He is now in close range for Runvoz and medium range for Shavik and Ju Jana.
Well, I already had the pistol set to stun and ready to shoot him on stun, so that's what he's gonna do. Wait. Let's see, where is my initiative? I've lost track. Alright, 2, 2, and 1.
Oh my god.
1.
I'm like catching up.
Okay, so it is my turn.
Whoa.
What the fuck?
Okay, so I know
there's like... Yeah,
I know what the initiative is, but like it's just now rolling all the things.
Okay.
Okay, so the initiative is bad guy, Ju Jana, Runvoz, and then Shavik.
So, what's the difficulty for shooting him?
2, because you're at medium range.
So, PP?
Yeah. Okay, 0 successes, but 3 advantages. So you don't actually shoot him, but advantages in combat give you stuff. The list of what it gives you is on page... God damn it, I had this open 2 seconds ago to look at it. It is on page 219. Whoa. With 3 advantages. You're not doing damage.
If I can stop him so that Shavik can shoot him.
With 3 advantages, you can force the target to drop a melee or ranged weapon.
Dropping his gun would be good.
You can shoot the gun out of his hand. Does that sound like a thing you'd like?
I'll take it, yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, you don't shoot him, but you shoot the gun right out of his hand. And now we are on Runvoz.
Oh. I hold my action.
Okay. Shavik.
I shoot.
Yep. So, difficulty 2, because he's medium range.
Give me 1 second, because I get to actually go to my character sheet for a second.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you using You're using your bowcaster, I assume.
I didn't bring the light repeating rifle with me into public, no.
It's a good call. It's a good call.
Really? You can't just hide that under a trench coat?
I don't wear a trench coat.
It's true. Wookiees walk around naked all the time.
They do, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
I guess the bandolier counts as clothing.
So from where I'm at, can I back up and to move myself to long range?
Yeah, I think so. I think you get like 2 maneuvers per round or something like that. So yeah.
So I want to move back and shoot.
Okay. Oh right, you get bonuses at long range, don't you?
I get barrage at long range, yeah.
Okay.
Like I would wait for him to keep running and then shoot him later. Like that just seems like the Wookiee thing to do, but I want to go ahead and shoot him. Try to shoot him now.
Okay.
You said difficulty 2?
Yep. Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay, so you suffer 1 strain from that shot.
Yep.
But you fucking drop him. And you have a triumph to use? Question mark?
Ooh. Any chance he blew his head off? Or anyway, make his face unrecognizable?
If that's what you would like to do, Vance, I am totally good with that.
We'll see what the options are. Gotta go look.
With the threat, I'm imagining someone might have heard that and gone up to investigate. And
bowcasters are loud as shit.
Your friend got shot, but like your friend is okay. And this guy is lying on the ground who shot your friend. Is my train of thought.
So that's how deadly combat is supposed to be in this game. Vance just did 12 damage to that Celestin.
Yeah, that's not small.
No, it's not. That would have dropped every character other than you, I think.
Yep, it would have annoyed me.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick up the blaster and hand it to Runvoz.
That would have put me at 0. I don't know if that's like dead or not.
I think
A bit too.
Fallon is the only. Oh, I mean, you guys would have had Soak also, but.
Yeah.
All right, that would put me at 5.
Right.
Still very
Basically.
rough. Very rough.
Yeah, how is 5 damage feel? Like, I'm not feeling so great, am I?
I mean, you did just get shot with a blaster, so no, not great, no. Especially considering you're not a combatant.
Peace of mind that, I mean, if I'm allowed to, like, shift my face, though, and if he yeets the card at me real quick.
Yeah. Take the card and give him, take the blaster, give them both to her.
So something for you, Bree. I can use that triumph to activate a critical injury.
Okay.
So we would roll on just for future reference, we'd roll on the critical injury chart,
right? Yeah,
and see what happens.
Let's see. Is it 1 for the bowcaster? Crit is 3. I believe that means you need to have 3 of triumphs. I could be wrong, but I believe I remember reading that because I was trying to figure out that exact same thing. Let's see.
I believe a crit is triggered if you
indicates the number. Yeah,
get
indicates
a triumph.
The number of triumphs required to trigger critical injuries using this weapon.
Yep.
So you would need 3 triumphs in order to crit with your bowcaster.
Well, I haven't actually seen anyone roll more than 1, so no worries.
Well, and as you get more yellow dice on your rolls, then you will see more because triumphs. Sure. I don't believe there are triumphs on the green dice.
So yeah, I have no problem with mangling his head in a way that is uncomfortable for people, that he can't be identified.
Yeah, he is not recognizable any longer.
Did you take his ID badge?
Yes, I have his ID badge.
I take
his like his coat.
You would like his coat?
To put on Runvoz, if she's going to pretend to be him, he was wearing the coat when he left, like 30 seconds ago.
That's a good call.
And Bree, on the off chance it matters because he's an underhanded bastard, I'm going to take his wallet and or equivalent for cred sticks.
Okay.
Because, yeah, money's good.
Basically search the body. See what else is here.
I mean, you fucking dropped him, so...
Yeah, the Wookiee walks over, picks it up by the ankle, and shakes.
He has 117 credits on him.
Nope, I have 117 credits on me.
It's true.
I will pay for this base eventually.
So, Michael, you lose this guy that was chasing you in the alleys, and you come back to find a Sullustan with no head.
And a Sullustan with a head.
And a Sullustan with a head.
Yeah, just to offer some insight here, Bree, if there's a dumpster nearby, I just carry the body over to it and toss it in.
Okay.
Is anyone like coming out yet, or
no?
They don't give a shit.
It seems like this is the kind of area where when you hear blaster fire, you ignore it for your own safety.
Okay.
If you're in a bar and you hear gunshots outside the bar, do you leave the bar through the way that the gunshots are coming?
No.
I do.
So.
Fucking Wookiees.
So, how do you heal wounds in this game? I'm just curious, asking for friends.
You wander over to the Wookiee.
Bacta.
Who doesn't ask. He just hits you with a stim pack.
Oh.
Heal 5 wounds.
I forgot he had those. Okay, so I'm assuming I'm stimulated and feel a whole lot better right now.
Yep, and you heal 5 wounds.
Okay. I guess I need to use my new face now to try to get back into the bar.
Okay.
That I apparently just left from.
Yeah.
What do these aliens look like? What ones are they?
Sullustans?
Are those the cat ones?
No, this is the guy that's flying with Lando in the Millennium Falcon in Return of the Jedi.
Yep, no.
Fishy looking guy.
No, not.
Yin Nub. Sorry, I had the wrong name.
Yes. Let's see. Let me see if I can just grab this picture.
He's a mutant version of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, he is. I just Googled it. He's not cute.
Most Star Wars species aren't.
That is true.
I am the cutest one in the party. What are you talking about?
That's only because
I said most.
That's only because there's not a Bothan in the party.
That was my second choice.
No, we can't bring them. If we try to get information, they die.
Okay, so you
Send them out for a beer run, they die.
You walk up to the door, and you press the button to open the door, and standing inside the door is an assassin droid, and he asks you your name.
This to see what my name was.
I'm just laughing at this whole thing.
So I give the name that was on the card.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you didn't just snatch that card and walk right in like you said you did.
No, I said I looked at the card.
Okay, his name is Wes Tywin. And the assassin droid says, he says, "Welcome, Wes Tywin. Welcome back. Didn't you just leave?"
Shit, yeah. Oh. Do I have
Forgot
to
your
answer him?
I mean, I guess you don't
You can
have
tell
to.
him you just got shot and you want another drink.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh. Trouble? I hope you came out on top.
It's been resolved.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't.
You've acquired a bodyguard.
Yes, I have.
So he lets you in.
Does he let my Wookiee in?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Ju Jana's staying outside.
Yeah.
Keep lifting up.
Ju Jana better stay outside because Ju Jana always sets their weapons to stun.
At least
I
I
thought
have
we were going to try and keep him alive before.
Wait, I have a pistol now, though.
You do
that
now
I don't
have a
have
holdout blaster.
Right, that I don't have to pay for.
It's true.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you guys get in. This place is dark. It is dank. It is shady. Like, you know how you always want to avoid the shady corner with an Asimite? There's like 100 shady corners, and you're more likely to find a shady corner than you are to find a not shady corner.
Ew.
There are shady
Floor
corners
sticky?
in this round room.
Yes, very
Yeah.
true.
Is the floor sticky?
No, actually the floors in the like walking areas, they're pretty okay. They are a weird red color though.
Sort of a burnt burgundy. Blends in well.
Yeah, right about there.
Think my character's having existential crisis right now.
Yeah, this is probably the first time you've ever been in a place like this.
Right, like.
Oh, was I at a point where I could get back in with this group, or am I still running for my life?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I didn't realize you were AFK. So you lose that guy in the alley. The combat took literally one round. The Celestin shot Runvoz, and then Shavik blew up the Celestin's head with a
After
quarrel
I
from
shot
his
his
bowcaster.
pistol at him.
Yeah, Ju Jana did this really slick, unexpected move, knocking the weapon out of his hand, being all cool, and I was like, yeah, thanks.
Kablam!
Hey, those bowcasters are evil.
Dude, oh my god.
I actually
10
backed up
damage.
so I could do more damage.
10? Oh, did you do more than the normal?
I did. I do +2 damage from barrage.
Holy shit, so you did 14 damage to him.
the head and half of his torso.
Okay, his head definitely exploded.
Dead Jim.
You could damage starships with your bowcaster, I think.
I think bowcasters have.
Yeah.
I believe bowcasters in some games count as light artillery.
Yeah.
I am required to use ranged heavy to fire it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys are in there. What's your first play?
Play is to get a drink, like I said I was going to.
Okay.
And watch listen, like to see if I can hear.
Okay.
Some kind of.
You hear a couple of people talking about their shipment of techno root, or their, not their shipment, but they were supposed to be picking up techno root, and the guy never showed up.
Okay. I don't really.
May I start chatting people up?
Sure.
Okay, start chatting people up too.
Sure.
I want to not do that.
Makes sense.
I will also not do that.
What are your goals, Michael and Runvoz? What is your goal? Like, what's your approach?
Will someone please remind me what we're trying to do here again?
That's a good question.
I was trying to find out more about the drugs and if it was local or not.
And Folly and Hope.
Yeah, and Folly and Hope.
Then I'm just gonna try and ask a bit around more of the seedier side of business. I clearly looked.
Okay. Can both of you go ahead and give me some charm?
No, I'm going to use my thing and do my other one.
None of those things mean anything to me.
I need to pull my sheet back up. I know. So
you hate me is what you're telling me.
I mean, I guess, because of what you're doing, you could use Streetwise, I guess?
Please let me use Streetwise.
Okay.
It's the difference between a yellow and 2 green and 2...
My charm is not the worst. Alright, I can do charm.
Yes, you're social. You should. I'm not.
No, my deception is my best one. Is it a PP?
What?
Unless stated otherwise.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. It's difficulty 2. Yeah.
I was wondering because I was wearing another person's face.
I mean, it's still a normal difficulty.
Okay. 1 success, 1 advantage.
And 1 advantage, because I can never get a success.
And I did not roll any failures.
This is true. Dice just hate you, Taz.
Any dice roller.
I know. I've noticed. Okay, let's see. What can you do with advantages on a charm? Oh. So charm can be used to affect bystanders, basically. So you get a few people who, they're like, oh, okay, so you're interested in talking about some illicit stuff. And you have a few people that are willing to talk to you about Techno-Root at this point.
And then in walks Cobble.
Wait, really?
No.
Holy shit.
No, really.
Oh. Hey, CB,
Hello.
real quick,
Yeah.
look at your phone. So I get information about Techno Root.
Okay. I should probably do the adult thing anyway and call it a night so I can also do that. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Night.
So what do I find out about it?
Okay. So you find out that there is a small cartel making Techno-Root, making Techno-Root on world, and they're actually growing the plant on world somewhere. You're like, you can grow it here, and they're like, yeah, all you really need is some place that's sort of flat and wide out and wide open. It wouldn't be that hard. I mean, there's lots of places out here. There's lots of places outside the cities like that.
Son of a bitch. I don't say that out loud, but you know.
And Taz, I don't know what to give you for a streetwise advantage.
All it says is rumors or alternative source.
Okay. So you hear a rumor that Falling Hope was looking to try and set up some kind of like resistance base here on world, and they allegedly had found a really safe location, but no one's seen them for about a week now. Basically verifying for a fact that you guys are in a place that they thought was their base.
But also that no one's heard anything from them in a week.
Yep. Or 4 days, 5 days, however long it's been since you guys had the little fight on the dock.
We had a fight on the dock?
Or not, I guess it wasn't a fight. It was a confrontation, question mark?
It was, we shot at some turrets, and they shot at us.
No, I'm talking about with the ship.
A stressful parlay.
The ship. Sorry.
Okay, is there any other information that y'all would like to try and find out tonight? Because we're about 10 minutes past when I said I would let you guys go. And I know Gio has to try and get to bed.
No, I don't think there's anything else I want from
Okay.
this now, because it's still one of those, like, have to research more into these people in a different area.
Yeah.
Since it's kind of been my thing anyway, can I do a streetwise just for general criminal elements?
Sure, but I don't have that information available right now. Like, I'm going to have to actually work something up. So if you want to give me the roll, I'll write down what you get, and then I can work something up in between games.
Alright, anything special?
Nope, just a regular difficulty. There you go.
Yeah, it's because it's not immediately important.
Right. Okay, so let's real quick, as we wrap up, let's do a little bit of a roleplay shout out. Does anyone have anyone that they want to call out for like really good roleplay?
Shavik for yelling at each other.
Okay.
I'll take Shavik.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely Shaik. Also to Onus for nice little touching RP in the text chat while everyone was off. I'm gonna say hopefully succeeding in the end, maybe hopefully.
Okay.
I was gonna say either Shavik, yes, and like Oro was kind of going back and forth with me, and it was really nice.
Cool. Okay. So everybody gets 10 XP. Shavik, you're gonna get an extra 5, and Oro and Onus, you're gonna get an extra 2 each. And then I've got a bunch of duty to give out.
And I double that.
Yep. Well aware.
Oh, look, I get to buy heroic fortitude.
Jesus.
You take a crit. No, I don't.
Okay.
So... Okay, so Oro, Ju Jana, Michael, Runvoz. Oh gosh. Riz, Fallon, and Shavik all gain 2 duty.
Does that mean from last week I should have had 2 instead of just 1?
I believe that Reyna bought that talent last week.
Oh, okay, just double checking.
Yeah.
What is the base XP per session again? Is it 10, 5 or 10?
10.
So if you guys can let me know what your duty ratings are real quick, because I think I added duty to a couple of people already.
Shavik has 3.
I have 3.
You have what?
I have 8.
Did you just say you have 3? That's not correct.
Oh, I have more than 3?
Yes.
What else do I
mean,
have?
You started at 5.
Unless you took extra money.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I have 8.
I think that you had 7, so you're now up to 9, Reyna.
I think that I had 6 and would be now 8, but I'm not sure on that.
No, you had 8 and you're now at 10. I know that one because I didn't add to you.
So how much am I at then, Bree?
You are at 9. Communication facilitation 9.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got everybody right now.
All right.
And I'm at 12.
Yes, correct.
So, Bree, should I be at 3 or at 8?
And I'm at 6.
I have you at 7, actually. Sarah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we only did sabotage once.
I don't know. I might have given it to you twice. I don't recall.
I think maybe you did, but I mean, I'll take it if you want to give it to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that I gave you one and didn't say it. I guess I don't know, but I have you at 7.
Also, like sometimes some people have logged off at the end.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Vance, I'm sorry, you had a question and I don't recall what it was.
Because I started with the additional money, should I be at 3 or 8 for duty?
3.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
So what's our estimated total right now?
I'm getting that right now.
But being down on duty is what allowed me to shoot that dude in the head.
It's true. You guys are at 85 currently. Or 84, rather. You're at 84 currently.
So, the higher your duty, what does that mean?
When you get
for
to
stars,
100,
when you get 100, you get thing.
I know.
Right, when you get 100, you go to Rebel Contribution 1, and everybody goes back to 0.
Okay.
The other thing that
So
I'm doing...
almost worth knowing.
There's an optional thing for duty where... Oh, hold on.
I'm on the camera, you know.
Hi, CV! There's an optional thing for duty where you can use it as a threshold for what people will tell you and what people will talk to you about. So I'm using your individual duty ratings as like a thing when you're trying to do a specific thing, like your individual duty ratings will have an effect on that.
Okay.
So on that note, I am going to call it a night. thank you everybody that decided to watch. Thank you guys for coming to play, and I guess we'll see y'all next week. Bye.